Hey everyone, I'm Cubastic and I'm really in love with solving Rubik's Cube. But what if this Rubik's Cube is simply not here? But you really want to practice, for example, quietly at school or somewhere in the subway on the way home. For this, I have a mobile phone, as probably each of you, and it has a great application called the Rubik's Cube. This is a virtual Rubik's Cube that allows you to solve your favorite puzzle without using your favorite puzzle. There are several puzzle options in this app. This is a Rubik's Cube, standard 3x3. There are also other sizes from 2x2 to 8x8, but more about that later. Until then, let's compare the puzzles in this app with real-life puzzles. You all know that puzzles are completely different, starting with the standard Rubik's Cube in different sizes. This is the well-known 3x3, there are also smaller ones 2x2 and 4x4. Then we move to the Megaminx. Megaminx, as you know, also come in different sizes. You have already seen all of them on my channel. Megaminx 2x2, standard 3x3 and 4x4. And my favorite and most difficult ones are Megaminxes or dodecahedrons, also in sizes 2x2, 4x4 and standard 3x3. I know how to solve all of them and how to do it well and quickly enough. But let's see if I can handle these same puzzles, but inside my phone. To do this, first let's choose, let's say a 3x3 Megaminx. And the phone invites us to scramble it. Let's do it. Wow! Such a crazy animation, it's not possible to make it that quickly in real life. Let's see, we can turn this Megaminx like this in order to look at it from different sides. And as I understand it, we can interact with the layers like this, moving your finger and they rotate. By the way, as soon as I made the first movement, the countdown had already started at the bottom of the screen, and so you need to hurry up to solve the Megaminx as quickly as possible. I'll start with green. Well, and the corners? Okay, I'll work with the corners at the end. To be honest, I don't remember how this algorithm is done, so... Oh, that's it, there is, and the last move. The Megaminx is magically solved in a whole minute and 18 seconds. Listen, this is a shame, because in my life I can solve this Megaminx in just a few seconds. Let's just do it for fun and see how long it will take to solve this Megaminx in life. Go! Well, 5.58 for the solving of this Megaminx. Therefore you more or less understand that it is much more difficult to solve it like this in an unusual way on the phone screen. But nevertheless, it can be done anyway, even when you don't have a puzzle. Moving on, let's pick a Rubik's Cube, the usual 3x3 to start with. It moves so fast that I'm literally scared. Let's see how long it will take me to solve the virtual Rubik's Cube. And at the end of the video we will try to solve the largest virtual Rubik's Cube. And so... Oh, here you don't even need to measure the time, because after the first movement the countdown will begin, so let's go. Okay. The first stage more or less is almost ready. Now I have a double X cross here, I began to worry and mess up a bit. Oh, I messed up. Okay, let's move on, we're not giving up. You know, spatial imagination develops very well here, because you need to understand what's behind the puzzle. What color and where it goes, or what happens with a certain element during rotation. And when you hold a Rubik's Cube in your hands, it is much easier to interact with it, because it just happens at the level of touch. And here you only look with your eyes, and so it is much more difficult, but nevertheless, as you can see, it is possible, and it seems to me that you can practice solving the Rubik's Cube very quickly. How to do this algorithm? I'll do it like this. So this is the first virtual cube build in a long time, and I managed to do this in 1 minute 32 seconds. I honestly tell you, really, if you try, you can solve it in 30 seconds. Try to solve Rubik's Cube as quickly as possible in this application, take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram. Whoever solves faster, I'll personally like that. Guys, let's see what you're capable of. Well, if you don't know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, at first you can learn how to do it on my channel. By the way, subscribe, because here you can learn a lot about puzzles, see the most incredible puzzles and their solving, and use your brain, it's cool. Okay, purely for the sake of experiment, let's try to solve the so-called Megaminx. This is such a thing which in general is much more difficult to solve than an ordinary Rubik's Cube. You can see how much bigger this thing is, how much more colors there are more than anything else. Therefore, let's do an experiment. We scramble its virtual version. Yes, talking about this puzzle, it is really more difficult to find the needed element here, because you cannot turn this puzzle as fast as in your hands, and quite a lot of time is spent on finding an element and also on putting it in its place. So here I have already solved the piece, let's go further. I'll try to speed up. How hard it is to understand what and where to move. Well, I am already entering more or less of the one of the last stages. There's literally a little bit left, but I can tell you it's really a little bit harder to solve. Well, not a little, but really much more difficult than in life, because you are not guided. Oh, come on! Whoa, whoa! Final stage. We lowered it, raised it, turned it, put it here, put it in the wrong place, turned it again. Oh, here. And yes! Jesus! 8 minutes 55 seconds. I'm afraid to imagine what awaits me on the biggest Rubik's Cube. But this is just hard. This is 4 or 5 times harder in comparison to what I solve in real life. Nevertheless, we did it. Guys, share your results on Instagram, tag me for sure, let's see how well you've managed these puzzles. And I'll share this one on my Instagram right away. Now, here comes the boss of today's video. I will solve the largest Rubik's Cube that exists in this application. Out of all sizes, there are 2x2, 3x3, 4x4 here, these are such puzzles, and 8x8 is the largest size of the cube. I've already chosen it, it remains only to scramble and start solving. I'm scared, to be honest. Despite the fact that in my life I have solved bigger cubes, I have never done this yet on the phone screen. It certainly looks very scary. However, I will try to solve it. And already by tradition, you can comment how long you think it will take me to cope with this puzzle. Write in the comments estimated number, how many minutes, hours, maybe days I will need to solve this puzzle, and if you guess right, I will definitely like you. Well, we're starting. Go! So, the first movement was done and the countdown has already started. It's so difficult, look! And not because the cube is big, but because there are small details, small elements, but I need to somehow turn everything. Ow! I'm confused! Damn! My fingers are too big! Haven't I broken anything here? Listen, well, if solving 3x3 is fun, then solving 8x8 is already a challenge. Do you know this problem of solving large cubes where the number of sides is even? For example, 8x8, 6x6 or even 4x4. The difficulty is that there are no fixed centers, nothing you can focus on, and this complicates the task even more. If it was 7x7 or even 9x9 Rubik's Cube, I would have at least been able to orient on the colors. But here I need to keep track of this and independently put the needed color in the right place and do it on time. At the same time without destroying everything that I solved earlier. Whew, the first layer was done in, damn, almost 4 minutes, 3:55, we urgently need to speed up, solving the yellow color. So, the next center is ready, we move on immediately without pauses. Now the moment when you need to control the colors comes. Because if I do something wrong, the cube will simply not be solved. To be honest, my hands are already overstrained, I'm somehow tired, I have a feeling that I'm solving this puzzle in real life, my brain is straining so much. Even my hands are straining so much, I can't understand why. It seems that you just have a phone in your hands and this is just a mobile game, but damn, for some reason I'm shaking, I'm very nervous. Guys, please support me, because now I need your support more than ever. I have already completed the first stage, all the centers on the 8x8 Rubik's Cube have already been solved. Wow, I don't remember when in my life I solved such a huge cube, but here on my mobile phone... Okay, let's move on, now we need to solve the edges, and here it will be more difficult. I will have to scramble the centers, the ones I have already done, and if I'm wrong somewhere, I simply will not be able to return everything to the solved position. I'm not sure about schools, but at the university I was forbidden to solve Rubik's cubes at class, because it was distracting everyone with the noise. But in this way, solving cubes on the phone, you don't distract anyone, just sitting there, chilling, brainstorming and not distracting teachers. Like the useful life hack. It's just that the camera films me sitting with the phone for 40 minutes. Damn, this is tough. Solving centers. The most crucial moment is to check if I was mistaken at this stage. If everything is alright now, I'll be just happy. Yes! The centers are done. It's good. Now we need... we need to change this, the last edges, and then we can solve the 3x3 stage. I didn't think it would go so quickly and painless. The last movement of this stage, and I have already fully solved a cube in the 3x3 position. Well, you see it right here, actually, it remains to solve only 3x3 cube stage. Go, this is the last stage, which I hope will pass very quickly. Well, I really liked it. Really, I recommend everyone to try to do it. This is some kind of a workout. First, it is a training of solving the large puzzles, large Rubik's cubes. And secondly, it is a way of training your special imagination, special thinking, because here it is used on maximum possible level. Wow. The last movements, why are they so complicated? God, how easy it is to go wrong. Here we go! My god, 8x8 Rubik's Cube is solved on the mobile phone in 34 minutes 47 seconds. I think that this is a victory. I don't know how long it would have taken me to solve it in real life, but it was still a challenge. Just look at how huge it is. The difficulty was really that these are all very small details, my fingers are literally too big for that, I was really nervous. But the emotions are indescribable, guys. Today I set a goal to solve the biggest Rubik's Cube on the phone, and I did it. I want you to achieve your goals and not hesitate to set really difficult ones. Because this is the thrill. Guys, thank you all very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. See you very soon in the next video. Well, Cubastic was with you, bye everyone and have a good time.